Welcome everyone to episode 8 of Video Game Book Club for the month of July 2021. This time around, I am joined by Nakuso, Hamber, Bajirwin, Shaishen, Soul Charizard, and Tailman. Say hello, everyone.
Hey.
Greetings.
What's up?
Knuckle Cluster.
Hello.
Hello. What's up?
So this month's theme was action-adventure games, and the game that won the popular vote was Control, a title developed by Remedy Entertainment and released on August 27th, 2019. The official game website describes Control as, quote, a visually stunning third-person action-adventure that will keep you on the edge of your seat, blending open-ended environments with the signature world-building and storytelling of renowned developer Remedy Entertainment. Control presents an expansive and intensely gratifying gameplay experience. But that's how the website describes the game. How would everyone here describe the game? Question 1. How would you describe the game to someone in one sentence?
I would describe this game as someone who unwillingly becomes the head of a company while searching for their brother in an unsettling office building full of mysteries.
Oh, yeah.
Love mystery. A great type of game where you have to YouTube to understand what's even going on, even though you have finished it. My real answer, though, is a very trippy third-person shooter game where you get to play Jessie, the new director of the Federal Bureau, who tries to find her missing brother by gaining the control. Oh, wait, can I start over?
No, no, we only do one take here. I'm sorry.
wait. I just woke up.
Okay, all right, go.
A very trippy third-person shooter game where you get to play Jessie, the new director who tries to find her missing brother by gaining the control of the Federal Bureau. Next.
I mean, the first one was pretty good, so.
I know. I actually did have to YouTube it, and I still don't understand.
All right. I like it.
Control is an out-of-control, trippy, edgy Inception video game with weird family dynamics. It kind of reminds me of that one season of Power Rangers where the brother turns evil.
If Inception was a movie if Inception was a movie in action with the action and thriller. Oh my god, dude! I have hold on. Give me an Amber real quick. Give me an Amber.
No, give me EJ. Sorry, give me Soul Charizard.
Oh my god, dude! What is wrong with me right now?
What is going on?
My brain is broken. Oh my god. Anyways, oh my gosh.
You're out of control. You're out of control, man.
All right. If Inception was a game, but instead of dreams, sibling problems, and telekinesis.
In Control, you play as a red-headed director Sith Lord wielding a transforming gun who has the power to throw furniture at alien-infected government agents in an attempt to find her long-lost brother.
Take control over sea of reality in the oldest building while perceiving for your missing brother, Kin.
A legal drug trip.
Say a legalized drug trip?
Yeah. Anyone can enjoy.
All right. What are your experiences with action-adventure games?
My experience with action-adventure games is probably pretty familiar. Of course, we have God of War with Kratos, Cheetos, Doritos. We have Uncharted, Devil May Cry. There's like so many different action-adventure games that I played through. Definitely in my top 5 of genres in terms of the one that I played the most. And out of all of them, I would probably say God of War is my favorite. And the first memory of any action-adventure game that I played was Tomb Raider on the PlayStation, the original one. And yeah, that's pretty much it with my experience with the genre. I mean, I probably play like, 2-3 action-adventure games a year. So yeah, it's a very fun and enjoying genre.
So, as a new gamer girl, I don't really have a lot of experience with any type of games, but I did get to play 2, and one of them is Fable 3, and I played it on Tubby Moore's Xbox a long time ago.
Oh yeah, high taxes.
Yeah, kill everyone. Okay, and then Resident Evil 4, I also played that on one of your I don't know if it was I think it was on the GameCube.
Yeah, probably GameCube.
It was something. I was just playing games on your consoles. And then I did watch the whole gameplay of The Last of Us, if that counts.
When I was a wee lad, I watched Tubby Mora play many, many action adventure games. So weirdly enough, I only have a weird handful of games I've actually played, but I've watched him play like all of them, literally all of them from start to finish, including but not limited to God of War. But the ones I actually played would be Ass Creed, which if you didn't know is Assassin's Creed. I think technically BioShock counts. This is all according to Wikipedia and Google, by the way.
Oh yeah, Wikipedia always correct, by the way. 100%.
Action adventure just seems like a very broad genre still. So, Resident Evil is sometimes considered action adventure, I guess. Throwback to Plague Tales was good. Devil May Cry, and of course Leg of Zelda. You know, all them legs. That's probably the one I played the most technically as an action adventure. I played the most Leg of Zelda games, but not Breast in My Wind. I'm so tired.
Breast in My Wind.
For me, I don't know. I have a lot of like multiplayer games I play, so I'm not really into much of the action adventure. But in the early days, yeah, I was all up in the Skyrim, like like GTA, a lot of GTA. But the story, like heavy story ones, I usually don't finish them. Like I haven't even finished Breath of the Wild, and I'm like at the end.
Good.
I felt that.
I mean, I played a lot of Assassin's Creed. Shadow of Mordor was one of my favorite ones I played, but currently, no, I haven't touched too much action adventure games, and Control was like probably the first one in
a while.
Long while, yeah.
I guess for action adventure games, like I would probably say that's definitely in my top 3 game genres, and I've played quite a few of them, as Bajurin mentioned. But the top 3 that I would probably like to mention is The Legend of Zelda series, Uncharted, and of course God of War. It's my favorite game franchise next to the Persona series. I don't know. I just really like the genre because typically these games have a lot of emphasis on adventure and exploration. And it really helps blur that line between storytelling and focused gameplay. And then, when it's done right, it's like it can definitely make you feel like you're playing through a blockbuster film rather than just sitting through it. So I freaking love these games, especially the ones that have really stupid set pieces like Uncharted. I just can't get enough of it. I know it doesn't make sense half the time, but what's happening on screen, but it doesn't matter. You're just there for a good time.
And see Nathan Drake's crazy luck hold out for so long.
That stuff is so stupid, but I love it so much.
I did play lots of action adventure games even when I was young, but I was oblivious at that time. But I have a long list, and I don't know if I want to go through this, but
do it.
Well, all right.
Christmas list.
All right. So from the top of my head and a bit from the Wikipedia, sorry for cheating, I played the God of War series, Devil May Cry series, Bayonetta 1 and 2, Tomb Raider, Xbox 360, Assassin's Creed series, Beyond Good and Evil, which is unfinished, Dishonored 1, Infamous 1, but unfinished as well, Legend of Spyro 1 and 2, PS1, and Eternal Night, I think that was the game called, Legend of Zelda series, Star Fox Adventures, old Lego Star Wars series, Metal Gear Solid 4 and 5, Mirror's Edge, Onimusha, Plague Tale: Innocence, Prince of Persia PS3, Prototype 1, Terraria, which is considered an action adventure somewhat, Watch Dogs 1, Uncharted series, Resident Evil 4, 5, 6, and 2 remake, which I have not finished yet. So yeah, that's somewhat of a long list I can remember at the top of my head.
Dang, that's I think you just named every game genre.
Bro, you said Terraria. Minecraft counts. I saw it on Google.
Your head? God dang.
Just top of your head.
Yep.
It's a bibliography.
I don't know. I don't really play much action adventure games, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really too familiar on what kind of games I've played in the past would fit that build. But if I were to think of one action adventure,
I think you dabbled in a couple of them, right?
Yeah,
just a little bit. Like Legend of Zelda, you played a little.
Mm-hmm. I played a little bit of it. Usually most of those games I don't play. I just play like multiplayer first-person shooters usually, like Call of Duty or Overwatch or Apex. I think the only one I've actually played and completed, as far as I can tell from memory, was Ghostbusters, the video game.
Oh,
I'm not sure if that's
yes.
adventure / action, but that's the only one I know for sure I played where it's not multiplayer.
Mhm.
It has it has action and has a storyline to it. So I guess technically that would work.
Yeah, I think so. I think Ghostbusters is a good example. What is one thing you liked about the game?
This is actually pretty hard because there's quite a few things I liked about this one that all did unique things. If I had to choose one, it would probably be, oh man, the connection to the Alan Wake universe.
All right, good.
So you have the DOC, which goes into Alan Wake, which is another game by Remedy Entertainment that they did, which deals with light and darkness, and the main character basically writing a story. And there's an well, I guess this is all going to be spoilers, but
It's fine.
It's an apparition of Alan Wake that you have in the game when you go to the hotel in one of these side missions, and that opens up a whole giant different plot. That it's funny because I thought originally I did not know anything about this connecting to Alan Wake. I forgot, since I haven't played it in like 10 years, that Remedy made it. And when I seen that, I was like, what? This is Alan Wake? So I had to actually like look it up.
Yeah.
Actually, I was like, that was like definitely the thing that blew my mind the most, and how they are like weaving it into the same universe.
Yep.
And they're teasing as you play it that there's going to be an Alan Wake sequel, which is probably coming. I don't know when they're doing, maybe next, or working on it already.
Yeah, that might be their next project actually.
And through that whole mission, the gameplay changes more to Alan Wake dealing with light and having to kill the mode.
The paranatural stuff.
Yeah, it goes into more of that. And there's like enemies. So you know how the hiss is in control, or you have like the mode, I believe they're called, in Alan Wake, and they deal with, turning off light and stuff. So they're weak to light, and you deal with that throughout the whole experience. And it's definitely difficult, especially when you have this particular enemy that, if you want to play, I don't want to spoil everything, that will basically chase you throughout this whole thing. And definitely one of the hardest parts of the game, probably the hardest part in my opinion, especially more than the main story. But the way that they did it, the way that there is different clues and stuff, and in the future there's going to be, like, in the game's actual future that takes place 7 years from then, it's going to be something that happens in the original game.
The one thing I liked about the game is since I'm kind of like new to action adventure games, it's probably like nothing new, but I liked how for the features and upgrades, as you progress through the game, you unlock like new telekinesis powers. Like for one, like you could fly. I think you're flying. Are you?
Yeah. Like flying, floating.
Oh,
Flying, floating. Throwing things. You know the where you fly and then you do like that superhero dash on the ground,
or the freaking earth bending.
Earth bending, or like the one where you have to it's like one of the like janitor side quests where you have to do like a simple side quest and you get like dash powers. You're like Sonic. And I thought that was really cool. Like, it just kept it more entertaining instead of just like using the same like combat style, just like shooting. Yeah, just shooting. Because most of the time, I had to balance with like shooting and throwing things, so it wasn't just shooting the whole time. So I thought that was really cool.
Originally, when I was playing this game, my answer was just gonna be the rubber duck, because I was actually reading through all of the little, I don't know, the collectibles, I guess, and on the list of things you couldn't bring into the workplace was pencils and a rubber duck. And I didn't understand, and then I conveniently did happen to read the other ones that mentioned why the rubber duck was not allowed, and I'm like, oh wow, this rubber duck. I do love me some rubber ducks.
So why was it? Why was it then? You couldn't bring in the duck?
Something about one of the workers' kids, their rubber duck kept following them, and it became like an altered item or something.
Okay.
And I'm like, heck yeah, frick yeah. But
it didn't seem harmless too. It's just, it didn't seem harmful too.
I mean, if a duck was following me and it was, in a cartoon world that's adorable. In the real world, that's freaky as heck. poltergeisty almost. Anyway, and then as I kept going through the game, hand details on point all the way. The right amount of spoopiness, because I wasn't expecting the spoopiness. I knew nothing about the game coming in. Even though I looked at the trailer, I still didn't know what the frick was happening. And I loved being surprised with every turn and all the attention to detail. And I don't know, man. It's just I actually used all of my like abilities. Normally I find games like, here are all the things you could do to win your battles. And normally I stick to like 2 or 3 things. I actually did juggle around and switch up my playstyle. And it like didn't feel hard to like pick up, which was super nice. And just literally all the details. Those puppets were scary though. I don't like those.
The Threshold kids.
Long story short, I love all the details and side quests. I'm a sucker for side quests. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, bye.
With that.
For me, the biggest thing I loved about the game was the physics.
Hell yeah.
If you were watching me play, there would be so many times where I spend like 3 minutes throwing a chair across the room and like trying to break every room I come in.
Dude,
like
yeah.
I even bought the scatter gun just to shoot around. Just to like mess.
It's called Shatter.
Okay, my bad. I bought the shotgun.
Someone didn't play the game.
I bought the shotgun, and I was just going around, just breaking things around the room. Like even using the dash to go through windows. Everything was like so well done. Like, there's so many games that have that, but
I think Control is probably.
But this is like really detailed because it was almost everything you can break, even the walls, even the pillars, and considering that you have so many telekinetic abilities, the times where you're pulling things in with your telekinetic powers actually takes things from the environment. That's what became a little bit more crazy when you're just taking a chair you threw just across the room and throwing it at an enemy, or taking a block from the wall and throwing it at an enemy.
Taking an enemy and throwing it at an enemy.
Yeah, and then even the telekinetic powers, like the physics and the detail, even when she's floating in the air, you can tell she's not used to that. You can tell that she's off balance and almost tripping on her own self with her powers. Her shield, you can see how she's like uncomfortable and like still trying to control because she's new to all of this, and like everything that she does and her movements in the game make her feel real, and the world looks real. My immersion was like sky high, like just going through the levels, like not even playing the story, just walking around,
just breaking stuff.
Yeah, just breaking things.
I wish you could have heard the NPCs and they'll be like, "Yo, watch where you're pointing the gun," like stuff like that.
Yeah, like picking off papers off people's desk. You can see the wrinkles of the papers, you know.
Oh my God.
So for me, one thing I liked about the game, and this just blew me away, is just the ending sequence of events that lead up to the ending of the game. And I'm talking about the ashtray maze, seeing Polaris, the fake out credit scene, and then that office assistant section where just things got creepier every time you reran it. I play quite a few games before, and just those sequence events, like I'm gonna if I forget about Control in the future, which I probably will, just those sequence events is what's gonna stick with me the most, especially the ashtray maze, like the way they put that together, and then listening to Ati's music on top of it.
It's just amazing.
It's just like in that moment, like it combined everything about. Essentially, that like 5-minute section is like Control condensed into its purest form. Like you had all the physics going around, you had the trippiness of the level design. You were using all of your psychic powers, switching between your guns and just killing everything in sight. Like you just felt unstoppable at that moment, and it was.
We could say you felt in control.
Oh, I was out of control at that point. I was like, frick you, like grab this body, frick you too.
Take control.
Amazing, honestly.
Yeah.
Fun fact, that band, Gods of Asgard, is part of the Alan Wake universe too.
Yeah.
They have
really?
Music for, yeah.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. It was amazing. And then just like the section where, let's say you're running, right? And then you see all the enemies like lining up about to wreck you, and then like all the walls shift and it completely flips around. I was like, oh my god. Thank you, game. Beautiful.
I wish they kind of did more of
You
that,
should think-
honestly.
Oh yeah, they should.
But that's what made that section so special, is because we hadn't
Yeah.
seen anything like that up to that point.
That was like out of nowhere, right?
Yeah. So, God, I don't know.
It was
I'm
good.
done.
I
I'm
liked
good.
it.
I'm done. That's my little spiel. It was
That was
so good.
Good
That was
choice.
great.
I support
Yeah.
your
That's
choice.
just a test of. I feel like that's just a test of what they're going to do with that ashtray maze for future games.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what the next project's going to be.
Yeah.
Normally I hate mazes like that, but that was chef's kiss.
So while everyone was talking about the main part of the game, I decided to go like a little bit on a different branch, just something miscellaneous, more about their photo mode. And boy, that thing I can make lots of pictures of that. I can probably send you examples of that later. But
Just say it like
I just
that.
I just like taking pictures of like certain scenarios in the game.
Go on.
Like panty shots.
No, I'm not that I don't do that.
I'm not that
perverted,
perverted.
Whoa! Whoa! Hold up.
But I just like I can show you like a couple of things I like an example if W would ever edit it. But
Wait, whoa. Example of what?
What
What are you talking about?
kind of examples?
Oh,
Oh, that's
okay.
cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
all right, cool.
Wait.
Okay, all right. I got you.
and once you I can like adjust the camera, tilt it or whatever. And then I can do
Wow.
like crazy
Pretty cool.
filters with these things.
Hey, these look like wallpapers.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
cool.
They have that feeling to be good wallpapers. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, never mind.
Yeah.
Note to self while editing this. Add these pictures so it makes more sense.
Yep. Okay. And then here's this. Here's this one I did. Just couldn't.
Why is it so dark?
Oh, I think I used the. I think it's because of the setting. I put the settings a bit too dim. And then yeah, I abuse photo mode a lot.
Okay, good, safe. All right,
So-
There was such a long pause between those two words.
dude. These are really nice screenshots, though. What the heck?
Yep. Even when you go to the quarry, I just decided to take a picture of the sky, and I was like, "Oh, this looks nice." See, look at the astral sky. It's just so nice to do something with it.
Just so much better than Pokemon Snap.
Oh my god.
Got him.
You said that.
Say it again for the
Yeah.
people in the back.
That's Star Wars.
One thing I liked about the game, I definitely would have to say, apart from it's just like mind screwing, story and all that, which I don't know. I seem to have a liking for that kind of like weird, like it messes with your mind type deal,
Yeah,
psychological.
Very
I don't
natural.
know. I seem to be drawn to that kind of genre of game. Anyways, one thing I liked about the game for sure was it doesn't. I mean, it kind of verges also into to like what I would improve, but in terms of this, like kind of the difficulty,
Mhm.
because sure, there's some parts that'll kick your butt, but then when you sort of get into the groove of how to fight certain enemies and how to combo them per se
Yeah,
with what
yeah.
you've got, it almost feels rewarding, like Doom Eternal. It sounds weird making that parallel, but in Doom Eternal, you also get all these guns and loadouts and all that. But once you learn how to use them properly and you're
Mhm.
getting a groove, oh, it feels so good. Like
It's like you're not even thinking at that point. It's kind of
You're
just
just
like
an
everything's
autopilot.
blending together, like your fighting style, your
yeah,
combat.
like you know how to combo things, like in Doom Eternal. In this case, the best example would be the labyrinth, the maze part when you get the headphones from Audi.
Oh, yep.
That's exactly the vibes I got in that moment. I mean, not as heavy as Doom Eternal, but it's definitely the same vibes. I don't know. Everything clicked. Even the tough enemies that would kill me every time, I
like,
didn't have
nope.
any issue with them. I just
Stomp
learned
them.
how to combo them. I'd shoot them with a sniper shot and then go with a blast and then switch to a different shotgun. You only have two at a time, so I had to pause and then switch my loadout to combo him per se. But yeah, I did of all the levels. In every mission I died at least once, except for like the first mission. That mission I never died once. Then I was surprised, and then after that I kept dying again. So I don't know, somehow something just clicked in that level.
It was the music.
It was probably the music, yeah, definitely the music. Just that rock metal, just got me in the groove. And then after that ended, I was back to just dying like every few times on a mission. But that was the only mission I never died on.
What is one way you would improve the game?
I would take out the really unnecessary mods that you get in the game every 10 seconds on the ground that you have to go into your inventory, organize it, back out.
Hold up. One second, Oxo. 1 second.
Getting controlled.
Your microphone is.
Oh no!
The microphone is
Someone's
getting
not wearing
electronic.
their HRA. Someone's not wearing their HRA.
Oh my God. Okay, talk again.
Oh no.
We lost him.
Oh no!
The hiss got him.
I lost him.
Tubby, you're supposed to give him the HRA. What happened?
I did. I just forgot to put batteries in it.
Oh, makes sense.
And help someone who's dead.
That was just a prank.
Oh, just a prank. Oh, that was a pretty good one. You got me.
Yeah, joke's on you.
All right.
All right.
Start that from the beginning.
Like I was saying, the mod system is bad. Real bad.
Get good.
It's like so many it's like it has stats, right? It's just stat increases. It's like it doesn't there's like few mods that actually add to the gameplay of your weapon, the service weapon. But most of it is just organized, going into your inventory every 10 seconds after you get a mod, then throwing one out, selling it. It felt really tedious. It took me out of the game. And instead, they could have lowered that, gave you more meaningful abilities that affect your gameplay or affect your telekinesis to add elemental effects, or maybe taking different stances of controlling multiple enemies together, or increasing I don't know, it's just stat increases I always dislike when it comes to a lot of mods, and especially when it feels like it was really too much overwhelming.
Or even at a minimum, just add a freaking auto recycle, like a certain level of mod and below or something. I don't know.
The mod system is just like, it's not fun. It's not. Just some with stat increases in games I noticed, especially, I think I really started to notice, it's kind of weird. Back for Blood, that's when I really started. I was like, wow. Issue. It just had like stats, but nothing to really affect the overall gameplay to change it up and make it different. So I was like, am I crazy? But no, I looked online and that seemed to be a common thing.
Yeah.
It just takes you out of the game because you had to like. I was like, at some point, I just like stopped caring about the mods. So I just like equip certain ones and just play through the game pretty fine without them. So yeah, for me, it would be the mod system.
So I kind of want to switch it up. Instead of saying what is one way you would improve the game, I would want to say what is one way you as the gamer can improve in this game. So in my mistakes and watching other people's mistakes, it's very important to really know the map and it's very important. I'm not going to mention names, but someone thought the signs were just for aesthetics. And then
I like that.
So, they thought it was just decoration, but honestly, you have to make really use of the signs, especially since you don't have like a lot of cleansing points in the beginning. So it's very useful, and when you want to know where the elevator is, because I'm pretty sure I got stuck on a level for like maybe 2 hours because I didn't know where it was. And another one is that you should do your side missions, because I know there's some side missions that you need to do. Especially, there's one where, like, you know, the one that it disappears and it comes up to you and explodes? That red thing?
The enemy? Yeah.
Yeah, one of the enemies, and you need, like, it's impossible, so you need to, I actually had to, like, Google it. It's like, why can't I defeat this enemy? And apparently you needed the dash thing you got at the janitor, like one of the side quests.
Okay.
Yeah, and like, especially, the last level where you're going up to it was before the credits. Yeah, see, like I don't really remember the details because I finished this like in the middle of the month. So the one where you're kind of like climbing up, and I think it's the last before the credits, like this big ball thing. I forgot. Was it what's the thing's name
Polaris?
again? Polaris. Yeah, Polaris. Like that was straight overkill. Like I died so many times. Like there were so much enemies, and especially like that maze puzzle. Like there were so many enemies, and it's like you have to have like all your stuff upgraded. You need to have all your abilities, or you just like it's just impossible. Like it's straight overkill. So that was one of my mistakes. Just a side note: you should definitely know your map, and you should definitely do your side missions to do your upgrades and your skills, because you definitely need that at the end of the game. Because I didn't learn, and to be honest. Don't get mad at me, but I did use invincible mode at the last level because it was just impossible. Yeah, please don't kill me.
What mode?
Invincible mode. I promise you, I only used it on the last level because I was just so over it, and I didn't want to. I just wanted to finish the game. Okay, I'm sorry.
What mode is she talking about?
Where you don't die. There's like
assist mode.
No,
there's
one
not assist
told me
mode.
that.
There's invincible mode.
I tell you.
I feel good about myself
I
now.
didn't even know about that mode.
Yeah, it was gonna be one of my pros, but changed it.
Thanks for the info. Just kidding.
I said
And
it, but
next,
I didn't say it to anyone because I didn't want anyone to abuse it.
Man, there's not gonna have to be a rule. No cheating.
that wasn't cheating. I was using my resources.
Fine. No using your resources to cheat.
But is it cheating if they put it in the game?
Yeah.
Isn't it cheat
Yes.
when it's like,
Yes.
Okay.
It was.
Let me get the ninja quote.
They added it because a lot of people who got the game, the developers really wanted to tell people the story about Control, and they noticed a lot of people were having trouble, especially like Amber, like she had issues, like people who aren't experienced in games. So they added it because they really want people to know what the story is, so they wouldn't have too much of a problem going through the game and learning. Yeah,
making it more accessible.
Yeah,
it's
more
actually
accessible.
really a good idea because a lot of people just like to play a game for a story.
Yeah, there's this one dude on YouTube who has like one arm, and he really appreciated it because he had issues because he really liked the game, but he couldn't really beat it because of how hard it was. Only wish Dark Souls can do that.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Here we go. That's his own video.
While some people had very legit things they would improve, I would just like more toilet interactions, please. More really dumb altered items, and those side quests, those are delicious. I appreciate those. And yeah, that's pretty much more interactions with dumb things. I there was already a lot of detail, but I feel like the toilets were neglected. I'm just saying. And that's what I would improve with this game.
So one thing I would improve, man, I would improve the whole, how do you say it? The game like function. Because I don't know if it was just me, but I noticed a lot of the side quests, like big side quests and like stuff you're supposed to do, came at the end. Did anybody of you guys have a problem? Or
well, what do you mean?
That's why I did.
What do you mean?
Like right when you're beating the game, a lot of the quests start popping up, or I just didn't talk to anybody. I don't know.
You just didn't talk to them.
Okay. Okay. Well, anyways, scratch that. Never mind. Okay. A big problem was the navigation. Like they had so many. There was a lot of problems where I was just lost. I was running around. The map was static. It was like not as dynamic as it should be, because I feel like this game would benefit from a 3D map at least. Like there were so many times where the signs, they did work, but you get sidetracked, and this game had a lot of potential, or not a lot of aspects of a big 3D world, or like a big action RPG, or an RPG, like action adventure. But there were so many times where if you stopped following the story and ran off to do a side quest, you would, and then I had the issue where I would then get lost on where the hell I was. Like the marker, again, you can go back to your marker where you last were, but then the waypoint is on top to the point where, and there's like 3 levels. Like I don't know where to go. And I'm just the whole time, like a lot of times I just got confused and lost. I wish they would add at least, I don't know, like a bit of a, what do you call it? A tracker, not tracker, like a, what do you call it when you're like walking to a quest and there's like a line that shows you where to walk?
Oh no, you're right.
The game became really slow on those points where I kind of got more irritated than, like impressed of the whole place because I've seen it so many times walking in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would at least add a little bit more to that navigation side of Control.
No, I agree with you. I think the 3D map is also a good approach too, because I think Nox was saying was Doom did that with the 3D map. I think that could have helped a lot, or at least give players the option to have that as a map.
Yeah, like their assist mode.
Side quest.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, for me, I didn't really talk to anybody in the main area. So, like, right when I beat the game, I was like, "Oh, there's people I can talk to." And I started getting all these side quests, and I'm like, "Oh shit! Oh, what's up?" Like, you know. And there was a part, and then I was like, kind of done with it. So I did a couple, and I was like,
some of the side quests actually have some really good missions.
Yeah. True.
Like the threshold, like the pit or something like that. The threshold area.
Oh, threshold area. Yeah.
That was a little bit creepy. I have to admit. Actually, no. What was the most creepiest place I've ever been to?
Yeah, I'm used to arena games where I'm just walking in a box. This is a straight up full office building in the middle of
almost like an action adventure.
Yeah, and I need some help.
The game doesn't know what to do. It's kind of feel like the game tries to be an open world and at the same time.
But it doesn't give the help a lot of those games that are action world give you.
Yeah.
Well, on the PS2, Shaishin, we didn't have trackers.
Okay, my bad.
I mean, if you just read signs, they actually...
Well, that's why I said there's signs, but still, if you're off to going to do side missions, and a lot of times the marker didn't even show you where to go. You just kind of like...
It would highlight it in yellow.
He wants it to be like Call of Duty. You follow that guy all the way around, and it has little arrows pointing everywhere.
Let me show you. This is how you do this. Is that?
I got you though. I know what you're talking about. You're right.
I understand.
You're correct. The game would benefit a lot for improving its navigation.
I mean, they had to add an assist mode for the difficulty. Might as well add the freaking line. I don't know. Some dotted lines.
Ringo's doing a side mission, and she was trying to find the cooling system thingy, and it's more possible, especially when you haven't really unlocked that area because it's part of the main mission. So I understand you.
Yeah, or like a good idea is the signs. If you're talking about signs, highlight the signs that you're supposed to go to. Like, make the signs a little bit brighter than usual. I don't know. Little cool improvement, but yeah.
I gotcha.
I got lost a lot, but it's pretty fun. Next.
So for me, my thing that I would improve with the game is it kind of falls in alignment with what Shaishin and Amber said. But I'm gonna focus it on one thing, and that's just gonna be the checkpoint system. It was cool, and it makes sense. The checkpoint system, in theory, does work. You cleanse a control point, you touch that control point, that becomes your checkpoint. But it really, really sucks when, let's say, I'll just provide an example. When you're playing a side mission or a mission in general, and technically you have already completed that mission, and then a bunch of enemies start coming in, right? Really powerful enemies you've never seen before, and you want to fight them. You want to see what they'll do, and then you end up losing to those enemies, and then it brings you all the way back to that original checkpoint, and because the mission is done, it's like, well, too bad, you can't fight them anymore. Just times like that, I was like, are you serious? Why couldn't you just restart me at the point where those enemies came in or something? It's just the checkpoint system, I felt was definitely needs a lot of work. And I know Remedy, they did actually do a couple updates where they helped improve some of the checkpoints. Like for instance, I think it was like the last segment that Hamber was talking about when you're going up to Polaris. They actually improved the checkpoint system there because players were complaining that you had to start all the way from the beginning of that segment anytime you died. And that area was massive. Like there were like I think like 5 levels and there were a lot of enemies. Yeah.
A lot of two by accident.
I bet they use invisible mode.
Yeah. So they actually did an update where they added a couple more checkpoints in that area to kind of ease it. But yeah, it's really accessibility for me in this game. It's the checkpoint system and kind of what Amber and Chai-Chen said. The map could also use some work. But yeah, those are my things.
To me, what should be improved? I feel like they're sort of limiting the abilities that you can do with Jessie's telekinetic abilities. Like, and I feel like there should be other skills that she can learn, like probably like bend reality to her will or something like that, or as you guys were talking about, like the whole navigation system. Like there's like a clairvoyance. Like in Devil May Cry 5, they added like a clairvoyance to know where you have to go to. So if you're trying to follow the quest, it'll like the camera will point you to the direction with some crazy telekinetic aesthetics to show you where to go or which doorway you have to go to.
I was thinking that's actually a smart thing because they could make the object of power like a side mission.
Yeah, they should.
Where it gives you that clairvoyance. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, like clairvoyance or bend reality to its will or bend reality to her will. Like, say for example, like you don't want your shield keeps like getting hit by like heavy attacks by stronger enemies, and you're like out in the open, and then all of a sudden you can like earth bend the ground rather than just like picking up scattered objects that's like broken apart from the ground or like furnitures or other objects that to protect yourself for a little bit. So when you move to point A to B, it's just like leave it like a temporary relief cover thing in a way.
Like deployable cover?
Yeah. Like a deployable cover. It's like you need a place to recharge your energy or your ammo.
Okay.
And then I feel like there should be more to it, like more kind of paranatural abilities that Jessie should learn, rather than just like a standard
spoons.
like going for energy attacks rather than just like standard telekinetic launch or like lifting yourself or shield cover like that in a way. But yeah, I mostly like upgraded more on the mind control and launch. Basically.
Called C's.
Oh yeah, C's.
It's getting back at you now. He called him out earlier.
In my own personal experience, what I would love to improve in the game was the absurd difficulty spikes.
Really? Okay. Go on.
Yeah, because I know it sounds weird, but maybe that's also just me, like, sometimes going to autopilot unintentionally, so I'll die from, like, mundane mistakes. But sometimes I'll do a mission, right? And, oh my gosh, one mission is hard, and then another one is super easy, and then the next one is, like, pulling your hair out angry because you keep dying to, like, the same enemy. And then I don't know where I was trying to adjust my settings, right? Because to see if I can like raise up the gamma a bit, because sometimes parts were dark.
Mm-hmm.
And then I noticed there's an assist tab, and I'm like, what the heck is assist? I thought, okay, maybe it's like helping or help my mouse aim or something. And it's like the game was intended and designed to be played this way. Doing this may impact that experience. And I'm like, oh, this is that tab. So I discarded it because I didn't want to use any of the assists. I was just curious. But yeah, in case you're wondering, no, I didn't play with any assists at all. I just took it. Like if the game got hard, it got hard. I just learned to adapt. But there is the option I do like that they give you the option for game assists for some who aren't as versed in like frantic. Almost, I think I'd classify this almost as a frantic shooter to in some aspects, because you're constantly moving, especially when you have to introduce that mechanic when you're hovering now. because some enemies do that. God, it gets crazier. But yeah, so I didn't use assists, but they were nice to see for others who aren't as versed in these kind of games. So
Okay.
so that's what I'd improve in the game. Maybe that's just me being a filthy casual, but sometimes the random difficulty spikes.
Give us your final verdict and final rating from 0 to 10 using a 0.5 scale.
Okay, this is it. The big score. And you know what? I'm going to change it up this time. I
Okay.
know that every time I talk about Blightbound or Randomo in some way, but this is different. This month, Blightbound actually came out on consoles with crossplay. So I'm going to say that you should check Blightbound out from Randomo Games. Now, as we continue, I would say Jessie Faden brings a different dynamic where the character is in the foreground, while the world around her that is changing takes center place. The gunplay has an amazing feel of impact with different weapons, but unfortunately, the weapon switching can make the game feel sluggish at times. I still find it a blast to play through the side missions to discover more about the world and really how small we are in the whole scheme of things. 8.5 out of 10. It really makes you feel in control.
So this game gave me a headache, but a lot of games gave me a headache. But this one really gave me a headache this time because it was a first-person shooter. I feel like it was like a first-person shooter. I know it was like third. Was it
third person?
Yeah, third person. But it just gave me the same headache as a person shooter. So if you're very guys, I just don't know English today. If you get motion sickness quite a lot, this is not the game for you. But I give it an 8. I feel like I would give it a higher score if I had more high quality, like a high quality game, because I was just playing like bits and blocks most of the time.
Low settings.
But yeah, low settings. But that's a really high score, an 8. I had it really fun. Like the whole gameplay is very immersive, and it's just like it was fun. Even though the enemies did respawn when you died, it was really fun to kill them. And it what else did I write? And then also, yeah, another tip, just make sure you make use of the signs and the maps because you will get confused and you will rage most of the time. But other than that, I think it was a really, really fun game. And having it as like one of my action list of action adventure games, I would say this is top 3 because I only played 3.
All right.
Control, in control, out of control, uncontrolled, whatever the name is. Honestly, I had a really good time, and it's definitely like, even though it's a game that you could technically play in under 20 hours, I feel like it's a game that deserves like an actual like good
month to play.
No, like a long sit through. A really long sit through with like 3 playthroughs because one playthrough isn't enough because there's always a bunch of stuff afterward. And then they even have like after game stuff.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. But yeah, it's like I would replay that over and over again. But yeah, it's a game I would definitely like to replay, and I definitely have a habit of replaying games that I already finished. Oh, I forgot. I'm definitely not even reading my script anymore. I actually said nothing on my script at all. I am a sucker for side quests, and this game had that, and it was great. And the details, the rubber duck and toilets, 8.5.
And the hands.
It's like Inception, but like edgier. Yeah.
Control. I enjoyed it. It was a good experience. Really great atmosphere, and then a really immersive combat system. But it is set back a little bit by some sluggish sections, a slightly boring main character, and a slightly bad crafting system. So it's a good game. I do suggest people to play it, and I would give it a 8.5 out of 10.
This is not a 10 out of 10.
Hey. Leave him alone.
At least I didn't have to use assist mode.
Ooh, invincible mode. So I had to cheat my way. Freaking shade.
Oh,
I'm not going to be on court again.
Nice.
I'm not going to be put on court.
Yeah. I can't believe you cheated.
Bro,
Don't bro me. You cheated through the game. It doesn't matter if it's built in. It's literally invincible.
What's that? What's that?
on the last level, just the last part.
How is that difficult?
I want receipts. No, it was difficult. I'll be honest. I died a lot.
I got
I
you.
didn't find that difficult, really.
You beat Guacamelee
We
blindfolded.
get it. You're good at this.
You beat
I
Guacamelee
found
blindfolded.
Guacamelee. I found Guacamelee harder.
Guacamelee is harder. No.
I thought I did do the
I thought Guacamelee was harder.
I thought it was
Guacamelee was harder. I didn't.
This was
finish it
hard.
on time.
I hate
That
this
just
game.
shows.
Control is an absolute mind trip, and it's one of those games that purposely entrusts the player to connect, the story fragments given. In result, though, this causes the game to generate more questions faster than it can reveal the answers. And there are many times where the game just leaves you confused and overwhelmed about what is happening. However, if you stick with the game long enough and take the time to really immerse yourself in the world and do a little bit of research, you'll find that Control's world building is on a completely different plane of existence and literally opens up doorways and connections to other game titles that Remedy has created in the past, which, like Nakaso mentioned, Alan Wake, Max Payne. And to me, the way that they enveloped those other games, I have to applaud them. It was well done. Add all of that on top of the excellent combat mechanics and physics tearing gameplay, and you just got yourself one heck of an action adventure game. With that said, I give Control 8.5 creepy threshold kids out of 10. This game really makes you feel like you want to get motion sickness in the ashtray maze.
As I was playing the game Adventure on the PS4, I had to deal with some freeze-ups until above when pausing the game, but it kind of made it. I can't say the words right. It kind of fixed its mistake by giving me the photo mode and good gameplay. But of course, there's some. I wish there was a bit more dramatic character development right there. But oh well. So it's a fun game that I recommend it to everyone. And for my final verdict, I gave this game an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay, definitely between 8.5 and 9. Like, I really enjoyed the game. Sure, it had its moments where it's infuriating, but overall the experience was just I loved it. I just love the story, and I do have a weird interest in like the idea of like a secret organization, whether it be government, a government organization, collecting and inspecting all these artifacts in our world that no normal person can comprehend the behavior of, and even the people in the bureau can't comprehend. It draws parallels to another one, SCP. That kind of universe, like just the idea of it, actually, as morbid as it sounds, intrigues me. Like, what if there really is things that we don't know of that have these connections to paranormal or paranatural, or unheard of energy that we don't know of that's actually being contained. The idea of it just intrigues me enough to where I kind of sometimes think about it, but not like overbearingly so. But the idea of, the Control, existing somehow, it's actually really interesting. I would, it's really cool. But yeah, definitely, I don't know, 8.5 or 9.
Oh, that here it comes. What's your final verdict here?
You know what? I haven't played a action adventure game in a while. So going by off of that, I'm I've actually, minus the hard parts, that's bound to happen in these kind of games. There's always going to be that one part that you just struggle a bit, and then you got to take a break and then come back to it and you ace it the next time. Every game is going to have that. So bearing that in mind, and just, the solid gameplay, the destruction, the storyline, the collectibles that hint to the lore of the bureau itself, and, and the stuff in the past, the aesthetic, which which side note, I was wondering when does this game take place. I thought maybe it was like 1980s, 1970s, because all this stuff is so analog. The computers are old CRTs. The messaging system is the tubes, even though some places still use that, but like the vacuum tubes, they're using fax machines, fine, but their ideas of recording all their films, you can tell it's on some sort of film. And the way they their weapons are all like from World War II. The heavy guys, they're using Lewis guns. That's from World War II. And so I thought maybe it's like in between, the Cold War, kind of a little bit after that or something, because that's when espionage was a thing. And so I'm guessing, I don't know. But then when you find the text of them, turns out, spoiler again, the Bureau was watching Jesse the whole time. The dates on the things were like 2000 and something. So I'm just like, what the frick? I guess they're just, which I guess makes sense, because there are some places I heard that are in the government that still use like old cassettes, and things to store stuff, because
plus you have to also remember it's a place of power. Like it's a reflection of how everyone views the FBC too.
In this case, everyone views the FBC like an old-fashioned government.
Yeah, like old-fashioned government location.
And I guess in that case it makes sense, because when you think of FBI or just like anything federal, you think of outdated and kind of boring and just like old-fashioned ways.
Still running Internet Explorer.
Exactly. I'm like, they're using old tech, but hey, they're on the mentality, if it works, why change? Like how I've actually legitimately seen some government places like the DMV or something use computers that are running XP still. I'm like, what the frick? Yep. It's like 2019. So I guess it also ties into that whole stereotype that government agencies are behind on the times in terms of technology. But then, their mentality is, if it works, why change it type deal. But in that case, I did like the aesthetic though. You seeing all the old fashioned methods of just the whole set and the whole feel of everything. But so
well, you still haven't answered the question though. What is your final rating?
I was about to say, let's get back into that, because I got sidetracked. But all that accounted for, and this is literally my first adventure action game I played since Max Payne 3, and of course it's another Remedy game, I believe, or not Remedy game, but it has that feel to it. The gunplay, perfectly fine. It's smooth. If you don't know what you're doing, you die. But if you do, you do. If you know how to use your guns, combo things. And then also the power ups. We didn't talk about that, but your skill set and your power ups and all that. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna give it a 9. I just I loved the game. It was really good. It was really good for what it was.
So Control gets a final average rating of 59.5 out of 70, or 85%. Bonus mystery question time. All right, hope you guys are ready. This is a two-piece question.
No.
All right, so let's say you became the new director of the FBC, the Federal Bureau of Control. Question 1, where would the new headquarters be, or the place of power? Where would the new headquarters be located? And question 2, what form would the service weapon take?
For myself, the new headquarters would be taking place in the land of Tibet in Genshin Impact.
Okay.
How did you pronounce that differently from how all the other characters pronounce it when we've been playing for months?
Anyway.
How they pronounce it?
That's not how they pronounce it.
Tibet. Evan.
Tibet now.
I heard
Tibet.
No,
Tibet. It's the same thing.
Who cares?
Anyway, it's Tibet.
Whatever.
Anyway, we have Chill Day in Tibet.
that's wrong. That's wrong.
I love Chill Day.
I hope all your rolls suck for the next 2 weeks.
No. Oh, I'm not rolling for the next 2 weeks. I'm good.
I hope they suck for the next 3 months.
I don't think I really want any character, but okay. Will actually be the flute in Genshin Impact. You know why? Wait, is that the bell? No, my bad. The bell. Sorry, I had to pick a useless weapon. It's going to be the bell. Engagement.
God, it's so annoying.
So, I know, right? The bell's so annoying.
Not that.
That's
The bell is annoying.
That threw me off.
Even the club is better. Debate.
Anyways, I'm on my iPad, and while I'm gonna try and beat the crap out of my computer, trying
If you
to
beat
fix
the
internet.
crap out of your computer, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, beat the crap out of way broadband.
Yeah, that's who you should be beating up.
It's pronounced Tevit.
Is it?
I don't know.
No.
It's pronounced Leo.
That was actually really close. That was really
Leeway.
close. Tubby was the closest
Pronounced
so
leeway.
far.
It's pronounced Leeway.
Dang
Hey,
it.
Pedro,
You-
hey, Pedro,
you're
can you
doing
come over
so
here really
good.
quick?
Tevit and
Why?
Leeway.
I don't want to
And
get up.
Inazumi.
I think
And then
I
Montat.
think there's a problem.
What problem?
So I feel like a game that closely resembles to Control is Animal Crossing. Because why are you laughing?
No, it's good. Okay, I like it.
Yeah, because you're the mayor, as same as being the director, and you have to control the environment because there's so much weeds and branches
Uh-huh.
and all that kind of stuff, and then you have to like get rid of the bad guys by hitting them with the axe or something, right? So I feel like I want to have my headquarters in Animal Crossing where the office is. It would make sense. And then my weapon, it would be like a bug catcher.
A what?
A bug catcher. Does that work?
Yeah, anything can be a service weapon.
Yeah, because it's a service weapon. Because how do you get rid of the ugly characters? Right, you hit them with a bug catcher to delete. Makes sense.
No, that makes sense. That's a good way to eliminate your
you're
enemies.
getting rid of the hiss.
Getting rid of the ugly.
You're getting rid of the ugly, and you have to control the aesthetic of that island, of the land. And you have to like the cleansing point. You're cleaning the trash.
Whoa.
See?
I like it.
Okay.
Interesting.
I was inspired by your answer, Amber, and because of my love of Final Fantasy.
What? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. She's infected by the hiss. The hiss.
He's just getting hissed.
Getting hissed
my
right now.
God.
It's inspired by the ideas of putting the other headquarters in video game settings. The main part of the executive floor is like the city of Insomnia in Final Fantasy 15, and then the entire extra parts of that world is the rest of the headquarters. And the weapon, or the service weapon, instead of being cheap, because technically Noctis can use like 12 to 13 different weapons, I'm just going to choose his favorite one of all, his fishing rod.
All right, I like it.
Yeah.
So if you become the director and the weapon's a fish, are you just gonna fish out the hiss?
Yeah, exactly. You're going to clear the ponds, lakes, and rivers of all the bad hiss fish.
The hiss fish.
The hish.
Dear.
The fish. The hish. The fish. Yeah. So in Final Fantasy, and then the service weapon will probably be a fishing rod.
Or would I put it? I would put it in the world of Gaia. And you know where Gaia? You know what Gaia has?
What?
That Outlands. And in the Outlands, you know what else they have?
Wait, what is this referencing?
Apex Legends.
Oh,
The Apex Legends universe.
Okay.
And it would
I
be
support.
It would be where they would be able to see what's happening out on the arena. People fighting, people going at it. And what are they fighting with? Everybody knows.
Weapons.
Mozambique, baby!
Mozambique here.
Like-
Mozambique here.
Mozambique here.
Mozambique here.
Oh, that's actually good.
That would be the service weapon. What do you think when you're playing Apex? A Mozambique. How much you don't want it.
Monetization.
So it stays in your mind how much you don't want a Mozambique. But you know what? the most powerful weapon, the service weapon, is the Mozambique.
Beautiful.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Mozambique, yeah.
It does look like the most. It's kind of funny. That gun does look like the service weapon.
A little too similar.
Kind of, yeah. Control copied off Apex.
Yep, 100%. So the new headquarters would be in the original McDonald's in California. So the new, the new service weapon would be a spatula. You'd be able to fling paranatural beef patties using all the negative energy surrounding the dead cows, because you gotta go vegan. And the heavier the breathing of the customers in the surrounding area, the stronger and heavier your attacks will become.
Oh,
No. So gone. I want to change my answer real quick.
You can't.
I actually don't want to. I don't want to be in Genshin. No,
You did it twice already.
No.
I want
to be in a Ratchet and Clank universe, and I want the service weapon to be the Rhino.
Dang.
What universe?
That's a good answer.
Hold
Good
on.
answer.
It is, isn't it? Does that actually match? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Aokigahara Forest, or somewhere a bit haunted. You have to go through a certain trial to become the director. You have to face
Winchester
your own
Mansion.
fears. And the service weapon will have to. It's gonna be a little bit. It's a bit cliche, but it's somewhat effective. I think it's cliche. You have to, if you survive or pass through the trials through certain of those haunted locations.
Yeah.
I can't tell if this is a dramatic pause or.
What type of locations?
Dude, he had me like in the beginning, and then I just completely lost me.
Did I
was
black
like,
out?
Yeah. You said in order to do these certain in something.
Oh,
Trials.
I'm gonna beat you later, computer. Okay. I was saying you have to pass through your fears and go as you delve further into this onto these haunted locations. And and you have to find certain. Am I blacking out again?
I can't tell.
I can't
I
tell
don't
if
know.
you're stuttering or if you're blacking out.
Let's go for it. Just run.
Yep.
Run in the wind.
Yeah.
When in doubt, use my headset.
Yep. After going through several trials and delving further into the haunted locations, your service weapon will be a certain choice your heart desires.
That's gay.
It is gay. But
Hey,
it's somewhat cliche.
It's pronounced Tevit. Leave him alone.
It's fine.
The bat.
But yeah, that's
not
what I'm
so.
that's what I'm thinking of. And it could take and depending on what your heart wants for either protection or something, it's
I'm just thinking of
Oh
Persona.
no. Hello?
Whoa, really?
Motel, Holiday Inn.
Yes.
Oh, that's where the new place should be.
This is gonna
Holiday Inn.
be such
did I
a
black out again?
This is such a brutal edit. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Did I get clocked out? Oh my god. You know what?
Just say the game in place and what?
Hey,
Just
don't.
real quick. I don't know.
Finish it. Finish it.
It's too late. It's already done.
It's
Just say
not
Naruto
done.
Kunai.
You said
Nope.
it takes the form of whatever your heart desires,
Yes,
and
that's about it. That's about
My
it.
heart
Just end it right
desires a
there.
Pikachu.
That's
So
about
it'd
it,
be a
really.
Pikachu?
So what if I desire like a world? Is the world my weapon?
No, I don't think so.
Wait, but it's
But
my
that's
what I
his heart
desire.
desires.
I need some clarification on
That's-
this.
This is too big.
No, not that way.
But what if my heart desires a Pikachu and those physically don't exist in our world?
Well, actually,
What if I desire a human?
Pikachus are based off a real animal, but I literally mean Pikachu, like from Pokemon.
In that case, I would put it somewhere even more inconspicuous. In this case, like some run-of-the-mill, family-run store or some chain or something.
okay.
Because, most people pass by it every day. And the only time they're going into there is if they have a purpose there. So, and usually, I'm guessing, I know it's generic sounding, but either a laundromat, barbershop,
Laundromat.
basically anywhere just you'd see traveling the road, but not care too much unless you need it. And since it's just a very niche thing nowadays, laundromats or whatever, I'd put it there. honestly, because people would think, okay, government building, all right, it's probably a building in a highly populated area or something, you know. But they want to stop to think, oh, maybe it's in a laundromat or something. So I'll put it in a laundromat.
Okay, so what form would the service weapon take?
Oh, let's see. If it was for me, well, you know me, I like guns, so it'd probably still be a gun, but not all blocky looking. Like, though I'll admit, it looked really cool when it transformed to various firing modes. I'll admit that was really cool. But I guess for me, shoot, because I'm generic. I like guns, so I wouldn't change the surface weapon too much from what it is. Probably change the blocky look to it, maybe, or just keep it the same. But if I were to change it, jeez.
Because you said laundromat, right?
Yeah. So in this case, I'm gonna have to go off of that. In this case, it would the service. Oh, sorry, not the service weapon, but actually, yeah, the service weapon would have to be related to, in this case, something in the laundromat. So, just not really. You're not really pressed for much options, are you here? In the laundromat, as far as in my experience, when we used to go to one when our dryer was broken, all that we had in our laundromat was either, of course, the washing machines, a table, a fold-out ironing board, and the iron itself. And then
you forget the most important thing in a laundromat: machine. The change machine.
So definitely, maybe the change machine, I guess. But then
launching paranatural quarters.
Hey, you don't know. The change machine, and who says it has to be quarters? You can put anything into it, and you have a weapon. Bitcoin. You have ammunition. Bitcoin. Yeah, I'll make it the change machine. So then, whatever you load into it, it'll be ammunition. It doesn't care. That's the joy of it. You can use quarters, fake quarters, anything shaped like a quarter. Basically, if it fits in the slot, it's ready to rock. So,
so a person's okay. All right.
Hey, if you can fit it in there, it don't care what it is.
And that concludes episode 8 of Video Game Book Club for the month of July 2021. Thank you for tuning in and watching, and thank you Nakuso, Hamber, Bajirwin, Shaishen, Soul, and Tailman for joining in this month's episode. As always, everyone's links to their YouTubes, Twitches, Twitters, and social media will be in the description box below. Take care, have a good one, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Video Game Book Club. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Later.
Bye.
Alvitas, and I forgot the words.
Track you down and hear the truth coming straight from you. Never knew where you had run your only son. The child you never knew I could have been so wrong. And the only thing I'm sure I wish I never cared. If you did, you would have tried to be there.